Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Hello.
Hello from Texas.
Hi, Texas. Thank you. You guys got some nicer weather in Texas? I know it was cold a
Yeah,
couple weeks ago.
yeah, it was really nice this weekend. Actually, we got a little bit of rain on Saturday, so it was really nice.
Really good. It's been beautiful in Florida, finally. We're getting back to kind of some typical Floridian winter. Look at my people from Louisiana here, even during Mardi Gras. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm here. I'm here.
Look at her. The queen of Louisiana. The queen of Louisiana is
I'm
here.
here today, not tomorrow.
Oh
Tomorrow is
yes.
Mardi Gras.
Fat Tuesday. We're
Fat
on the
Tuesday.
we're on the eve.
Yeah.
Um,
It's Lundi Gras today.
yeah, I've seen so many pictures from home lately. So
It's been
good to have
packed.
you guys here with me tonight. If you're a guest here, welcome to our huddle. And I'm excited to be here with all of you. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to chat together on our huddle. The company has been busy, as you guys know. Hopefully, you guys have got your orders in for Axio X Fido Power B. I am an Axio X fan. Um, if anybody ever said, I wish we had a product at LifeVantage that people could feel. Well, let me tell you, it has landed. It's called Axio X. I don't know if you could take that stuff and not feel it. So if you're needing an extra boost, you're needing some energy, we definitely have a product for you, completely different than Axio. So hopefully you guys were on the educational pieces 2 Mondays ago about that. If not, they're recorded and you have access to it. And then last week, of course, we had Steve Fife on. Steve Fife being our CEO with his announcement. So anyway, it's been a while. Let's start this off. I know maybe some of you, maybe because we've been out of the rhythm a little bit, but I like to start these off with wins for the week. And now we've had a few weeks where we've not been able to share. So I know you guys have things happening in your groups. So does anybody have anything they'd like to share? Would love to share any wins for the week with themselves or the team over the last couple of weeks. Bambi, while they're thinking, you can go get those in the hub. But if someone has a link to the hub, you can go ahead and drop it in the comments here. Anything anybody wants to share this tonight?
Brandon, I'll share something just real quick because I'm always happy to share. First of all, my guest Sue is on, so Sue, so glad you're on and just listening in. But I was noticing on your 8 o'clock call, and this is usually par for the course. I just want to shout out to my team. About 50% of the people on your freedom call are from our team. And it's week after week after week. And I just love that you guys hop on and take that extra 30 minutes and tune in and you get Brandon, you get to pick his brain and ask him questions. And I just think that's awesome.
Thanks for sharing that, Holly. That's a big win. And I used to do that too, Holly. I still do. When I first started the business, is when I would travel into rooms where there were multiple teams. I was always counting the number of people in the room that were in my organization, and just a wee bit of me wanted to have the most people in the room always. So I'm sure Holly and I are probably brother and sister. We just don't know it somehow. But yeah, so that's awesome.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's
I'm always
awesome.
counting, always counting.
Yeah, that's good. Anything else anybody wants to share from the last couple of weeks in their business? I just got the biggest customer I've ever had in 16 years this past week, so that was a shock. Jenny, would you like to share with us?
Well, I just had a wonderful thing happen like that. I'd been working on with sharing a person in a doctor's office for about 6 or more years. and got all the no's. She loved the free Axios, but that was it. And I got a an email, or I guess I got a text from her, having just moved to Cape Cod the other day, saying, "I'm ready. I want Nerf 2, Nerf 1, and collagen." She's a new customer. She's excited, and we'll see where we can go from there. The other thing I'd share is I just want to give a shout out to Kim Lawrence, who's done not only very, very consistent overviews, but is now twice a month doing something that is relating to a physical part of the body. And she's just done one on the red blood cells. She's going to do another one on the 24th on the white blood cells. But she very nicely integrates how our products are supporting well-being in each of those areas. So that's my shares.
That's awesome. Congratulations to your new customer. And I agree, Kim's on fire. Kim, I can't remember right now, but you reached out to me a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was presentation related. Didn't you ask for something from me? Presentation related? I think. Or there was something.
Well, actually, I wanted to have one of my downlines give her testimony. I believe she's on tonight, but she has an awesome testimony. Her name is Betty. So,
Okay. I know your business is doing well, and I just my observation, Kim, is that you're more active right now and being a little bit more I guess successful in what's happening right now with the business. So that's good.
yeah,
Congratulations.
and I have to say that part of that was from hearing how you built your business because I said, well, I can do a little bit more of what you were doing. So thank you for sharing, how you built your business. So I have power hours every week and want people to work with me, and I have an accountability partner who's really helping me to stretch my limits.
Excellent. That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing. Holly, you got your hand back up or
Yeah, just super fast, just because I had a text come through, I thought I'd share. So a customer of mine that's a newer customer, a couple months, this gentleman, he's in like the mortgage business, oversees a branch. He was sick, you guys, like sick, so many issues. And it took a while for him to actually think there was hope with these products, but he finally started ordering and he keeps improving. Every month he's improving. And so I said, you've got to know people that want to feel better like you do. And his text was, call me about that. I'm down to start working with people. I know what it's already done for me. His headaches are gone. His acid reflux is off the meds. So just don't underestimate your customers when they start to really feel good. Don't be afraid to reach out and say, you know what? You might know people that want to feel the same way. And at least plant the seed because, I only know so many people, but together, obviously, we help a whole lot more.
yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So good stuff, guys. Thank you all for sharing that. Next week. So if you didn't share it tonight, here's what you have to do. Okay. And this is super important. I'm about to share with you guys. You have to start well, you don't have to do anything, but if you want success, you need to start documenting daily wins because there are wins. Every one of you are having something successful happen. Yeah, I'll tell you, well, no, we don't have time because we got to get to the guest, but I'll share with something to you next week. In our planner, and if you don't have the planner, go get it. It's free for this team. There's a small box in the bottom right corner each week with 7 lines for what were the wins of the week. And there's 7 lines, not by mistake. There's 7 days in the week. And every day you need to look for wins because if you look for things, you're going to get it. You will not get what you don't look for. The reason why most people have their head in the sand is because all they hear and see is bad things. But guys, there's good things happening every day in our lives. And if you don't flip the script on that, you're going to fall into the rut. And that is not what this team is about. This team is about looking for the positive things and then attracting more of that into their life. You guys know people that just one bad thing after another happens to them and they're just like, okay, don't hang out with that person because they're going to suck you into their vortex. Okay. Get away from that person. All right. Wins for the week. And then you get them documented next week, you can share, or at least in the comments. All right. So off of that, let's get into our guest tonight. I'm so pumped to have Tanya Sheldon here with us tonight. Some of you guys know who she is because she's been on the stages at LifeVantage. She is a fellow FAB member of mine and Holly's. So FAB is the Field Advisory Board of a publicly traded multi-million dollar company. That's not something to sneeze at, to be trusted, to be in that arena of conversations. And her and I have conversations back and forth. And recently, she sent me a message, a screenshot of a conversation she was having with some of her prospects about our business. And I said, you know what, we need to have you on our team huddle. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But I see you there. Hi, how are you doing tonight, Tanya?
I'm great.
Good. Thanks for
Excited to
being
be
here
here.
with us.
Of course. Thanks for asking.
So, will you talk to the group a little bit tonight about just a snapshot of your journey with LifeVantage, like kind of where you were and where you are now
Yeah.
from what you have your hands on?
Yeah, I love that there's guests here. So hello to Sue. One got called out. So hi, Sue. Yeah, you guys, I'm one of those crazy people that have loved network marketing since the moment I was exposed to it. I was exposed to Mary Kay when I was in college and I simply said yes because of the way the person made me feel that invited me. She was a complete stranger, but she made me feel so good about myself. I just kind of had this curiosity and this hope of what did she see in me that I could walk into? And I walked into a room filled with women, and the energy was electric. And I just saw a lot of happy people that exuded a lot of confidence. And I wanted to exude that same thing. So I literally chased network marketing most of my life to date to become that person. And LifeVantage is the eighth company that I've joined. It was introduced to me in 2011 and I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. I had said yes and failed at many different ventures. And when I look back, all of them that didn't work for me, it was just fear that got in the way. And it was always fear of judgment. But the thing that stayed with me was the resentment that I didn't stick with it. And what if I would have stayed with it? Where would my life be different?
Mhm.
So when LifeVantage came into my life, Michelle Poe was my enroller, and I didn't say yes the first time. And at that time, I mean, it was email communication, and you can imagine her emails. They were long. They were so long, you guys. But she just kept following up on me, and I literally joined another business in the meantime, one that I thought could bring me like some instant cash to take home with me. And she just kept following up. And I remember one night telling my husband, I'm like, I just feel like this is my golden ticket. And bless his soul, like he was like, well, if you think that's the case, and you guys, we did not have extra money at that time. We had literally just refinanced our car. That was such a random phone call when I think back on that. And I asked him if I could take some of that money from the refinance to invest in LifeVantage. And when I did it, when I signed up, like I will tell you, I went to the bottom corner of our basement to do it because I was scared out of my mind that I was trying again. But my desire was like at high noon in my life. Like I was ready this time to go all in, to be coachable, to do the things that I was fearful of the most. And I was just ready to finally change my life. And little by little, tier by tier, I mean, here I am today on the FAB. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Well, you obviously have found some mega success at LifeVantage, obviously. And so there's some things that are different there. You know, not every company's the same. Let's just say that. And LifeVantage definitely has some things going for it that other companies don't. I'm a little biased since we're here at LifeVantage. But recently, you and I've had some conversation about how we look at the business because there's this age-old thing about product slash service, right? Because some companies they sell a service, they don't sell a product, they sell a service. So the question is, do I sell the product or service or do I sell the business? And it's a difficult thing for us to wrestle with. Some people struggle with it. Um, and so I'd like just to talk to you about your feelings around that and kind of your journey
Mhm.
and some of your thoughts and some advice you can give to this group or the guests that are here looking.
Yeah. Um, I'm so pumped that guests are here and I get to be on for this. I'm telling you what, because when I came into LifeVantage, here's the biggest thing that happened for me is someone shared with me like the top things to look for if you're going to invest in an opportunity. And never in my other opportunities had anyone really had that business conversation with me. It really was just about signing up and, sharing the products. No one ever told me what to look for if I wanted to make it a viable business. And I am as layman as they come. I have a second grade brain. So you better make it simple for me. You better make it easy. Like I was not the girl that could get capital or come up with a great idea and start my own thing. I needed a system that I could be a part of. And that's why I love network marketing. I didn't have to think up anything. Everything was already there for me. And when I got into LifeVantage, like over and over and over again, it was company, comp plan, timing, trends. Um, what am I missing? Those were the big things to look at. And I had never looked at those anytime I invested into an opportunity. And LifeVantage had all of that and still does today. But somewhere along the way, we stopped talking about it. Like when I came in, you went through all of those, the comp, the timing, the trends, how many consultants we had on board, like our products, our breakthrough, an ABC investigative report. Nobody still, if that ABC report aired today, people would go running to get that product. Like it is still so viable, even more so today, because people hear the word NAD, oxidative stress, all the things, right? So, and then along with that, I would hear about the cash flow quadrant from Robert Kiyosaki, the four quadrants, how most people spend their life as an employee and they just get by and think that that's stable for them when in fact it's so unstable today. So then a lot of people will go into the self-employed quadrant, but then everything is on them. Etsy, even online, so many people are trying to come up with their own idea and it's all on them. The ideas, putting out the content, the marketing. So then they want to be an entrepreneur. And a lot of people think being an entrepreneur means you have to have all this capital, but they forget that network marketing is as viable as it's ever been. It has not gone away. There is a marketplace higher than it's ever been for network marketing. I kind of feel like people have forgotten about it or they think it's gone away, or their image of it today is you have to be an influencer or you have to show up all the time on social media. And I think we all know and feel in our soul that meeting people face to face and those personal connections are the beauty of why network marketing is the greatest industry in the world, right? And then you have the investor quadrant. And I'm telling you, unless you can find something like network marketing to become executive and make the kind of money to then invest, where else are you going to get that, right? We've all seen that as well. And if you've not, like, I know Brandon talks about that, how much money you need to retire on at hopefully 5% to basically live the way you were living when you had a job. People cannot retire anymore. And network marketing gives you that because there is leverage in network marketing. It is the most viable thing ever. I
So
just,
yeah, no, I love that. And um, will you talk just for a minute or so though about the difference between having product conversations when it comes to getting leverage and having the business conversations or the opportunity when it comes to getting leverage? What's been your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I see it with my team. I have people. What I love about the business conversation is it expands your network, and then you get to meet people you never would have met otherwise. When I look at some of my team members or even me in the past, if my focus was just solely on product and not building my network and not building my team, I'm just not going to grow in the way that I want to. And it can be heavy because you're having to like really work harder month after month to continue to bring in those customers, right? And when I look at the team members on my team that are so focused on product, they do not have a business for them that is helping them excel to where they tell me they want to go. And they are doing all the work because they're not able to duplicate having that business conversation. And look, I blame myself with that too. I mean, I love the products at LifeVantage. And I am learning too, especially in this stage, especially where we're at, like in our country, like people need the business conversation. And that is where you're going to grow. That statement, you will never be bigger than your business. Your business will never be bigger than you are. Nothing is truer, you guys. Like you cannot wait. I have so many people that will wait for the doctor to talk or wait for the presidential to talk or they'll wait for this Zoom. If I sat back and waited on everybody else to do presentations for me or everybody else to talk on my behalf, I would not be where I'm at today. You have to do the hard thing to move yourself forward in your business.
Yeah, that's great. Share with them that screenshot you got. Talk through the micro franchising conversation just as we wrap this up, because you guys have heard me say it, talk to you guys a little bit about this. And for some of you that are wondering, Holly mentioned the call that happens before this. We call it the Freedom Meetup. It's a Zoom that I host at 8 o'clock, and it's for the people who are wanting freedom in their life. If that sounds good to you, you should probably hang out at 8 o'clock. But beware, I don't have any gloves on there. I take the gloves off because freedom comes with a cost. So we talk straight, right? So if you want to be on there, just ask someone. We'll get you the link there. But you guys have heard me talking about micro franchising and how similar our owning a business here is for the guests that are here. Everybody wants to own a business, and if you could own a franchise, it's probably a good business decision. Most franchises are successful. That's why they're able to charge those exorbitant rates or amounts of money to own the franchise. It's because they have a system in place that's already been proven to be successful for hundreds, maybe thousands of other people. And so what you're buying into is almost a proven deal if you do your part. Is this sounding familiar? Can you talk to them a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is a crazy thing. So, this woman that I have been re-prospecting basically years ago, you guys, when I lived in Idaho, we went for a walk and I remember her saying the words to me, like what you do. It seems like you just have to know so much science and I could never do that. And that statement stuck with me and I thought, "Oh boy, if that is the energy that I'm giving off, I got to fix some things because I love this industry so much. I don't want someone to think they need to be a doctor or know everything to get started, right?" So, in talking to her again, she now lives in Florida. I, in all honesty, I was getting onto an FAB Zoom and I had sent a text to Skylar, and Skylar hadn't seen my text. And then I get on this Zoom on FAB, and of course, Brandon starts talking about micro franchising. And I got off that Zoom and I was like, how, like, I felt like I had been, somebody gave me a shot of vitamin D, and I was like, I have everything I need now. I love this term. It makes sense to me. And I went to my prospect and I sent her the newest pack, the Healthy Edge pack. And I said, this would be a great pack for you to start your little micro franchise with LifeVantage. And she sent me back a very long message. But in that message, she said to me, when you framed up the opportunity as a micro franchise, it resonated. I can align with that. I can align with a publicly traded company. No more shady, secretive backroom dealings. LifeVantage feels like it's turning the lights on in an industry I've always believed was a better route to market.
That is just
It made sense.
brilliant. Like that is when you sent me that screenshot, I had the biggest smile because and I'm not taking credit for this micro franchising thing. It's been said before, okay? But in my brain, when I'm trying to put my head on someone else's shoulders, or if you're a guest here tonight, or maybe you're a consultant, maybe you've already said yes, but you just have not had success yet, and you're trying to figure out, like, what am I missing? If I could put my brain or head on your shoulders, this is the conversation I would like to have. That screenshot that you're like, okay, I get it.
Mhm.
Like, I can see it now. Because most people, when they look at network marketing, don't you feel like this? They feel like they have to go sell things to their friends, and they don't want to do that. And that's why one of the first reasons why they push away. Well, listen, if you're gonna buy, let's just call it a food franchise. I'm not gonna say which one because you guys all know we're a wellness company, and most food franchises are not providing very healthy food. I'm not, you just let your brain wander, okay? Um, but if you're gonna buy one of these things, and let's say it's 200,000, 400,000, $500,000, you are not signing your name to that document with the hopes of the success of your business being on you selling food to your friends. You guys with me on that? The success of this business does not hinge on you selling to your friends. If that's what your thought was, you probably will fail. This is not about that. This is about providing something to the world. Now, if I own a franchise, I sure hope my friends show up. In fact, if my friends show up, I'm gonna give them some favoritism. I'm gonna give them extra stuff. I'm gonna give them the golden treatment because they're my friends. And so would you. And so if my friends join me in my LifeVantage business, I will give them some preferential treatment. I will hang out with them when I go on my trips with LifeVantage. Okay. I will give them special treatment. So I just love that you've kind of embraced this. And I love that it's something. Is it making it easier for you to talk about the business?
Yeah, I just feel like I can't not talk about it anymore. I just am kind of like the way that I felt when I got into LifeVantage. I kind of feel that way today about our company. Like, shame on me if I don't open my mouth and talk about this. Like, I'm kind of over it. Like, people need to know that we're here. I mean, it's the best all around opportunity that's out there. Like, we just have to get loud.
I love it. I love it. So thank you so much for being on here with us tonight. I know you have a
Mm.
team waiting on you here in just a couple minutes. So thank you so much for jumping on here. Love having you on, and I'm sure give her some love. Give in the chat, guys. Let her know if you enjoyed having her on here. I know you've reached some people. I was watching their eyes. I was watching their head.
Mm.
So thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. I'll see you soon.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
So you
everybody.
guys have a great week this week. Just a few things to remember. We've got some big things coming up in the company, right? But we are in an incredible period in network marketing right now. The month of February and March and April are months where if you do want to grow the business, these are the months to do it because there's less distractions. And one of the things our team has done, as you guys know, is we created something called the Build and Grow Blueprint. Sorry for the little fumble there. And it's a training that happens. Now we haven't had it in a few months because a bunch of company did things, and then last month we had a virtual broadcast from the company. Well, now we're back, right? So the third Saturday. So it's not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So it's not this Saturday, but next. I'm going to give you the date here. So, oh yeah, it's this Saturday. I'm sorry. Time's flying by so fast. So this Saturday, the 21st, we are going to have that training for you guys again. We've got great trainers that have already done the recordings and put it together for you. Roughly 45 to 60 minutes of training. I highly suggest you guys circle your calendar for that training. And we provide it out live for you guys, the link, so that you can watch it at your convenience or with a group of other people. All right? So we'll provide you guys that. You'll have it first thing Saturday morning for everyone to take in. That is the Build and Grow Blueprint. And why not invite some guests to come see what your community is about? Get them and get a few people over at a home, do this training together, and then talk about, as we just talked about tonight, this incredible, incredible opportunity. So, with that, guys, great seeing you. I know it's been a few weeks, but it's been great seeing you, and we will see you next Monday. All right. Actually, no, I'm going to be in Australia next Monday at their event. And then the following, I'm going to be in Thailand. So, we will have great huddles. Who knows? I might join the huddle from Australia or Thailand. No promises, but we're going to have it. See you guys later.